Linda Pan didn't belong there. At least, that's what the staff inside the luxury showroom believed the moment she stepped out of her rusting pickup truck onto the sun-scorched concrete of Rivergate Avenue. Dust clung to her jeans. Her boots were scuffed, worn from long days walking pastures and working soil. Two kids stepped out after her, Emma, 10, clutching a faded sketchpad, and little Miles, barely 6, dragging a stuffed dog by one ear. Heads turned as they walked toward the glass-paneled entrance of Westmont Prestige Motors. The dealership was a modern cathedral to wealth. High gloss floors, spotlit convertibles, marble counters, espresso machines humming behind sleek reception desks. The words, "A Legacy in Motion," glowed in chrome above the main showcase wall. Linda pulled her ball cap lower. "Stay close to me," she said without looking down. They entered. Silence greeted them, cold and sharp like the air-conditioned breeze. Three men in suits near the coffee bar paused mid-laugh. A young woman behind the front desk gave a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. Linda stepped forward. Her voice was quiet but firm. "I'd like to see the Rolls-Royce Ghost. White, if you have it." The receptionist blinked, then tapped something on her keyboard. "Do you have an appointment, ma'am?" "No, just passing through." A man in a charcoal blazer intercepted before the woman could respond. His name tag read, Travis M., Senior. "Client associate, we're a bit booked today, ma'am. Perhaps you'd like to take a brochure?" Linda stared at him. "No, thank you. I want to sit in the Ghost, see how it feels behind the wheel." He glanced down at her boots, then at the children. "That model starts at $430,000, he said. "We usually reserve viewings for pre-qualified clients." Miles tugged Linda's sleeve. "Mama, is that the one with the stars on the roof?" Travis raised an eyebrow. "That's the Ghost with the starlight headliner, yes, but it's not a toy." "He's not asking to play in it," Linda replied. Her voice was calm, too calm. Emma stepped forward. "Our mom can buy anything in here. She just doesn't show off." A small laugh escaped Travis, not kind. "Is that so? Well then, I suppose if she buys the car today, I'll hand in my resignation right now." More chuckles from across the room. Linda didn't flinch. She pulled her phone from her back pocket, dialed, and said, "It's time. Bring the folder. Westmont Prestige." Travis tilted his head. "Folder?" he mocked. "Don't tell me you're pulling funds from the farmer's market till..." Emma's eyes narrowed. A woman in a navy pantsuit walked up, whispering something to the receptionist. They both stared at Linda. Whispers bloomed around the room like mold. Travis stepped closer. "Look, you're clearly not our usual client. It might be better if I left?" Linda asked. A moment passed. "Yes," Travis said. That's when the glass doors hissed open again. A man walked in, tall, lean, carrying a black leather folder and wearing a blazer with a subtle gold pin on the lapel. He walked straight past the reception desk, past the espresso counter, and stopped next to Linda. "Miss Pan," he said. "Apologies for the delay." He handed her the folder. Linda opened it slowly, then passed it to Travis. Inside, proof of funds. 3 years of revenue sheets, agricultural co-op contracts, a pre-approval from a private wealth institution, and a cashier's check for $500,000. Travis's lips parted. No sound came out. Linda took the folder back. Her voice was low. "I didn't come here to impress anyone. I came because I needed a reliable vehicle for cross-state deliveries. But now..." She glanced at her children. "Now I think I'll enjoy watching you process the paperwork." Silence. Then footsteps. Another woman emerged from the back. She wore red heels and an elegant scarf. Her expression shifted when she saw Linda. "Linda." "Pan?" Linda looked up. "Jenna?" "It's been 15 years." Closer to 20, Jenna turned to Travis. Her voice cut through the air. "This is the founder of Blue Sky Organics. We serve her produce at our staff luncheons. She's been featured in Forbes Regional and Agritech Monthly." She turned back. "Why didn't you call ahead?" Linda shrugged. Didn't think I had to. Jenna smiled thinly. You don't. Travis, my office now. Travis paled. The laughter around the showroom died like a switch was flipped. Emma stepped beside her mom, whispered, I think they get it now. Linda exhaled. We're not done yet. Tell us what you think about Linda. The room fell silent the moment Linda Pan ended her call. Stephen still stood tall, arms crossed like he'd already won the argument. The smirk hadn't left his face, but something in his eyes flickered when Linda calmly sat down on the leather showroom bench, placing her purse beside her. Her kids, Tommy and Grace, stayed close. Grace clutching Linda's sleeve while Tommy absent-mindedly tapped his plastic toy against the bench leg. 5 minutes passed, then 10, and then the glass showroom doors opened with a soft chime. A man in a navy button-down stepped, in tall, confident, carrying a black leather folder tucked tightly under one arm. His polished boots echoed against the tile as he walked, directly toward Linda. Stephen straightened. The man didn't break stride. Ms. Pan, he said, his voice clear and firm. Sorry for the delay. Traffic on 5th was a mess, but I brought what you asked for. He handed her the folder with both hands. Linda opened it slowly, like it was just another morning in the fields. But inside, stapled, clipped, and labeled, were bank statements. 3 years of profit and loss reports, investment documents, and a letter from the regional credit union's director stating her pre-approved limit. Danielle Parker had just returned to the lounge when she saw the folder in Linda's hands. Is that what I think it is? She asked. Linda didn't answer. She just stood and passed the folder to Danielle. Danielle flipped through, her eyebrows lifting as she scanned. Linda, this is more than enough to buy 3 of these. Stephen's jaw twitched. Danielle turned. Mr. Mitchell, remind me what you said you'd do if she could afford that Rolls. Stephen stammered, color draining from his face. I didn't know who she was. Linda's voice cut in, cold and calm. You didn't have to know me. You just had to treat me like a person. Danielle faced security. Escort Mr. Mitchell off the premises, effective immediately. He sputtered, tried to protest, but no one moved to help him. The security guard didn't flinch. This way, sir. As Stephen was led away, the entire staff fell into a stunned hush. Linda turned to her children. Go pick out the one with the red seats, Grace. And Tommy, let's see if the ceiling in that ghost twinkles like you wanted. The hum of the showroom had changed. Gone was the mockery, the muffled laughter. Now there was silence, not empty, but thick with realization. The same staff who had chuckled behind tinted glass now stood still, pretending to tidy papers or adjust ties, but their eyes followed Linda Pan. Linda didn't flinch, didn't blink. She just walked, with her children at her side, Grace inspecting every corner of the gleaming white Rolls-Royce, Tommy pressing his nose to the window. Linda paused beside the vehicle, then turned to Danielle. This is the one, she said, her voice steady, safe, spacious, durable, and beautiful. Danielle smiled. Let's get the paperwork started. They moved to the VIP desk, where a set of leather-bound documents waited. Title transfer, full payment invoice, warranty terms. Danielle sat across from Linda, who reviewed every page with calm precision. You could have come in dressed up, Danielle said softly, not as judgment but curiosity. You knew they'd look at you sideways, so why didn't you? Linda didn't look up, because if I dressed for them, they'd think they were right. Danielle nodded slowly. When the final form was signed, Linda closed the folder and slid it back. I'll pick it up next week, she said. I want to drive it off the lot myself. Danielle rose and extended her hand, not a manager to a customer, but one woman to another. You deserve every mile of it. The next Saturday arrived like a moment waiting to be reclaimed. Linda's old truck pulled up just after 10. It was cleaner this time, but still worn, still real. She stepped out in dark denim and a crisp white blouse. Her boots were polished. Her bun was tight. Her stance was unshakable. Inside, the showroom looked the same, but the people didn't. Smiles weren't painted on anymore. They were tentative, humble, and there it was, dead center beneath a soft spotlight. The pearl-white Rolls-Royce Ghost, custom red interior, fresh tags. Waiting, Danielle was already standing beside it, a single key fob in one hand, a small black envelope in the other. "You're right on time," she said, her voice warm. Linda approached, nodding. "Wouldn't miss it." Danielle handed her the envelope. "Everything's in here, title, registration, warranty. It's all yours now." Linda took the key slowly, feeling the weight of it. The leather fob was cool in her palm, like justice, like arrival. "Stephen came back earlier this week," Danielle said quietly. Linda's brow didn't move. "He asked for his job, said he didn't realize you were someone important." Linda turned toward the car, looking at her reflection in the flawless paint. "That's the problem," she said. "He thought people have to be someone just to be treated like they matter." Danielle nodded once. "He doesn't work here anymore." Linda stepped to the driver's door, opened it. The cabin was quiet, luxurious, powerful. She helped Grace and Tommy into the back. Grace squealed with excitement. "Mama, it has stars in the ceiling." Linda smiled softly. "We'll count them tonight." As she slid into the driver's seat, she gripped the wheel with both hands. Her reflection in the rear view wasn't dusted with sweat or smeared with doubt anymore. It was clear, certain. Danielle leaned in one last time. "You didn't come here to prove anything, did you?" Linda's reply was firm. "I came because I needed something and I could afford it. That should have been enough." It is now. Linda started the engine. The Rolls-Royce purred. Elegant, controlled. As she eased toward the exit, staff stood nearby. Some clapped, some nodded. Danielle gave a subtle salute. Grace waved out the back window. Tommy grinned like he was riding in a rocket ship. Linda didn't wave. She kept her eyes on the road, because this wasn't about applause or revenge. It was about dignity, about walking into a space where no one thought you belonged and leaving as the person who changed it forever. And as the white ghost glided down Franklin Avenue, Linda Pan didn't just drive a new car. She drove a new truth, that silence doesn't mean weakness, that dirt on your boots doesn't define you, that respect should never have a price tag. She had nothing to prove, but she left proof anyway. End. Thanks for watching.